Hi there everybody, Bald&curious here. So, Sunday afternoon, I just got home last night. I went back to Slovakia, visit my dad. He turned 70, so that was a nice surprise. But while I was there, I also took a ride to Grand Power facilities. I spoke to the owner on the Facebook, and he actually invited me, so he gave me a grand tour. I got to see everything. I got to shoot some guns. I got to see some new stuff. Look for the video coming up real soon. I just got to put the footage together. Unfortunately, it's all shot on my phone. But some good stuff coming up. Today, I just want to rant a little bit. I'm a little pissed because I got into Smith & Wesson Internationals. That's going to be in 2 weeks, basically, 2.5. And I don't have a gun to shoot it with. Actually, I shouldn't say I don't have a gun. I'm going to have to shoot it with the same gun I shot last year because my grandpa went for a warranty repair. As I showed you in one of the videos, there was a little issue with the locking lock. And that was one of the things I spoke to the owner of the grandpa, and he said that most of it, if it happens, it's actually metallurgy, it's actual a steel. So it's really not them because they just machine the steel. And he said even with that damage, the gun will shoot 100,000 rounds more, which I'm pretty confident it will, because I kind of sent it in just for the cosmetics, because I wasn't sure if it's going to have an effect. They said yes, send it in, but moral of the story, they had it since freaking October. It's February, okay? Now, whole January I've been calling, leaving messages. I couldn't get through. Then I realized it was a SHOT Show week, and I guess everybody just left. So I finally got through, talked to somebody. He said, "Oh, the gun's gonna go on table within the next week." I'm like, "Are you freaking serious? You had the gun for 3 months." And well, long story short, it's been 2 weeks. Nobody calls me back. Nobody ever called me back since they have a gun. So if you ever have a dealings with the Colorado Gun Works, if you can avoid them, please do so. I'm going to call them on Monday, tell them, screw you, just ship me my gun back. I'm either going to be shooting the gun as is, or I'll contact Eagle Imports, which I should say Eagle Imports was actually pretty helpful when I told him the problems I had. He said he's going to try to expedite it, but no, I don't think he's got like a whole lot of pull. My understanding is Colorado Gun Works is a small outfit that just can't handle the load, or whatever the case may be. It's just unacceptable. I mean, you can't even call me in 3 months. It's just, you know what? I don't need this crap. The gun works fine as it is, so hopefully it'll get here in time for me to use it as a Smith & Wesson. If not, I'm going to go with the same option I did last year, and that's Arsenal Strike 1. Now, for the life of me, I don't understand why this gun doesn't get a lot more exposure on the YouTube. I was even considering having a local shop machine the new backplate with the mount for the optic and try to run it in a USPSA in a carry optic division. This model, not the regular model, but this model has easily one of the nicest striker fire triggers out of the box there is, with a nice reset, really nice, really wide if you like it, for those who like it. So I really like the trigger. The only issue I had, again, if you watch my videos, is I don't trust the mag release 100%, but it seems to be working fine. And the CZ75 Meg Max, the 10 rounders, they're just working it real well. Never had any issues with that, so that's a cheap option for the magazines. Again, hopefully with the shorter version that they're releasing, this gun will get more exposure. But no, I mean you can tell this gun been sitting in a gun filthy. I shot it before I left because I wanted to get a little practice in, because I'm kind of rusty. So I'm gonna go out. We're gonna quit yapping. We'll put some rounds through it. I want to decide which load I'm going to shoot, so we'll do some chrono as well. I have a 147 grain extreme bullets. I also have a 165 grain. Now, again, if you go back to one of my videos, Excalibur didn't really like the 165 grains. It was noticeably less recoil, but the accuracy suffered to the extent that I wasn't comfortable using it. The Arsenal, on the other hand, shot pretty much any load I put in it without a problem, and just about with the same accuracy. So let's load up. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. I haven't done much shooting since the New Hampshire. That was back in October. That's why I sent the gun in for repair. I wasn't really worried about it that much. But I'm not even gonna use the timer. Just let's do a couple drills, just a draw and a double tap. You can tell it's a little cold here. Yeah, I hit the target too. These are all 147 grains. I got a one more mag. They drop pretty good when they load it, but not really when they empty. But I noticed a couple of burrs in the plastic. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna take like a fine sandpaper and work on it. So I'm sure that'll improve the mag drop. Mag catch seems to be working fine. Okay, now let's do a 165 grain, and you guys watch with me, see if you can tell there's a huge difference. I'd say there is. I can feel it. Or maybe it's just me warming up. I know it's me. I'm gonna go reload, do same thing again, put 2 mags and 1. But it did seem like the follow-up shot was faster and was usually on target. Let's reload and try again. You can tell it's a little cold here. Yeah, I hit the target too. I'd say there is. I can feel it. Or maybe it's just me warming up. This time I'm gonna start with a 165 grain bullet first. And then we'll go to 147. Because it might have been just me getting a little warmer. Now I keep coming up with excuses. I mean, it's cold, I only have a t-shirt underneath and I got a fairly heavy jacket as a concealment, so this is not exactly what I would use for IDPA, but hey, you gotta get practice, at least it gets closer to real life. If I miss, I usually miss high for some reason. If I take a split second on the first shot, you know, then it's a lot better. Alright, so 165 grain. Let's go back to 147s. Okay, that was way the hell off. Like I said, I keep shooting high. Let's do one more mag. the first shot, I don't know, with these bullets is somewhat. Alright, so some thoughts. Not a huge difference between the 147s and 165s. For some reason, out of this gun, I shoot a lot better with the 165s, at least in the last 6 mags. The Excalibur and the Extreme, I didn't feel that much of a difference. And when I did the accuracy test, it was one of those pros versus cons, and it just didn't pay to go to 165s and sacrifice the accuracy. But I'm gonna say the Arsenal likes the 165s a little better, so I might just order 1,000 real quick and figure out the load and load them for the Smith & Wesson. So as always, everybody, have fun, keep shooting, and if you want to follow me on Instagram or my Facebook page, I'll put everything in the description. You get like a sneak peek previews and teasers, like a couple of videos I put from Grand Power Factory and my trip. Please like, share, subscribe.